happens. And it's not just because the sun is shining. It's because there is this assembly of people who've come here to speak out against the crimes of the Church of Scientology. And that is something that I know about firsthand. I was born into the Church of Scientology. My parents met and married at the Church of Scientology in 1979. I grew up here. I learned how to swing over at this park just over here on S Street. I remember ice cream. Anyway, I have a lot of little stories to tell. Many of you may have heard about my father. His name is John H. Boucher. He died May 5th, 2001. He committed suicide because he was convinced that he was an SP. And that is a suppressive person, which is the worst thing that you can be in the Church of Scientology. You want me to flesh that out? Okay. May 2000, my dad goes out to ASHA, which stands for American Saint Hill Organization. That's in Los Angeles, California. He goes out there to get some higher level auditing to handle some kind of bumps in the road of life, okay? Because my dad, he tried hard. He had the best intentions, but he just couldn't ever make it up to affluence, which if you don't... never mind. It's a little joke. Anyway, he couldn't make it there. And I'll tell you why. It's because he's spending all of his money on Scientology. But anyway, he went out there, and when he goes, he spends thousands of dollars to go out to LA, and he gets out there, and he's told he cannot receive services because he is an illegal PC. That PC stands for pre-clear. Clear is a state of readiness for further indoctrination and levels within the Church of Scientology. So he was called an illegal PC, pre-clear. My dad was considered clear in 1979. Anyway, reason why he was an illegal PC is because of his connection to my grandfather, who was a member of the Air Force, and also my poor grandfather. He had a nervous breakdown when he was in Saudi Arabia and was sent home, and he received shock treatment therapy and lithium therapy, and Dad is like, no, in the Church of Scientology. So because of his connection to my grandfather, my father was considered an illegal PC. I want to mention that at this point in the game, my grandfather was in the late stages of dementia, so he hardly posed a threat. I doubt it. He couldn't even remember my name. Anyway, awesome. So, sorry, lost my train of thought. I heard that. Oh, thank you. Okay, so my dad had to petition in order to be able to continue to get services. So he tried this. The first petition was lost. Second petition finally went through. It was like a year process. Meanwhile, he's like trying really hard, trying to get in, trying to get work, trying to get services. And a week before Thanksgiving 2001, he received a letter in the mail that said that he had to get something called a PDH check. PDH stands for pain, drug, hypnosis. And this is an idea within the Church of Scientology that whereas somebody is tortured and drugged and hypnotized to become a mole, to infiltrate and expose or steal, I don't know. What do you have to worry about? What are you so afraid of? Anyway, think about it for a second. I want you to try to imagine what it might be like to think for a second that maybe you might have been tortured, drugged, and then hypnotized. It's enough to make you go insane. And that's what happened. He started to go insane. He spun into it. He believed that story. He believed that he was SP. He believed that there must be something wrong with him because he's not getting up the bridge. And that's what they tell you within here. The tech is perfect. The auditors are perfect. The problem is you. We don't have anything to do with it. It's always you. Who's the SP in your life? What have you done? What are your overts and withholds?
Right.
And they check you like this. It's called a gangbang sec check.
Right.
You get 5 or 6 auditors, and my dad suffered this. This was the first thing. This happened to him when he was out in Asheville. I forgot to mention this to you. He had a gangbang sec check. Okay, and he believed it. He bought into this. Oh my gosh, I'm SP. That's the worst thing I can be. He started to spin into this, and it really had a severe effect on him. He stopped eating. He stopped going to work. He couldn't sleep. He sat on the sofa and cried all day. And you know what their answer to this was? B12 vitamins. Take some B12, John. It'll be all right. Take a walk. Get a touch assist. Get a locational. It's okay. Okay. Well, it wasn't okay. The very first day we ever left my dad alone, he killed himself. And we had hey Richard Reeves, are you in there? I have a question for you. Have you ever been responsible for caving someone in? Richard Reeves was my dad's ethics officer, okay?
Is that Richard Reeves?
No, that's not him. Hi. Looking good, babe. I mean you no offense, really. I'm just here because I have suffered a personal tragedy, and I can't put into words to elicit the proper emotional content that I experienced and that my family experienced as a result of my father's death, as a result of the fraud of the Church of Scientology.
Yay!
Okay. Funeral. We had a service here, okay? My dad's friends were here and they were crying. I remember this. Everybody was so upset. And then somebody came up to me and said, how long was your dad sick? He had cancer, right? Okay. No. No. Although you might think so, because the tremendous amount of weight that he lost, I mean, he looked, I said this last time, and it is the only way to describe it, he looked like a walking corpse. He didn't die of cancer. He killed himself. Because he thought that if he died, he could come back in another body, in another life, and receive more Scientology auditing so that he could continue to go up the bridge to total freedom. So I want to say thank you very much for breaking my heart. Thank you very much.
Scientology is total entrapment.